guys, this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Welcome to my channel. Are you ready for today's video? So those two are today's project, and the stencil is getting so popular on the market now. And the good news is that I have created this stencil image for you free to download. So if you have a digital die cut machine like a Cricut, and or if your machine can read the PNG file, you can totally do exactly the same thing I'm showing you in this video. So most of you guys know I'm semi-retired and I'm really creating this channel just for fun. So some of you guys ask me, say, hey Lisa, we don't have a digital die cut machine. We do sell those stencils. I really... I don't know, it's really a lot of work. I really wish you guys can just start using your digital die cut machine, and it's not really complicated. So and you know me, once when I come up with a product, I always have a lot of video to share with you guys on how to use it. So if you are thinking about to purchase a digital die cut machine in the future, not now, or if you already own one, you like to learn how to use it, that I can help. So just send me an email, and I'm gathering few of the email, and I will start a Zoom meeting to help you guys how to do the basic one, not very complicated technique, because it can be very complicated and it can be very frustrated. But I'm going to only show you what you need to create some card. You are not looking for become a designer to design a stencil to sell, right? You just want to use something that I provide, and you can create a card. So I'm not planning to order the stencil and sell it, but I don't know. What do you guys what do you guys think? Should I? Because I have the image ready, and I can contact with Judy King, Rob and Judy in California. They can multi-produce the stencil, and for some of you guys, if you don't have that digital die cut machine, you can purchase the stencil, but that's just add more work for me. You know, I love you guys. I like sometimes you guys shopping, but sometimes, you know, because I'm all by myself. Husband is not helping me to do any rubber stamping business anymore. So sometimes it's just it pile up, is actually create a lot of work. So but I would like to thank you for your support for ordering the stuff. So before I started, I have actually question. Okay, so most of you guys know recently there's a company come out with a product that is pretty similar like or magic mushroom. I don't really want to use the steel. This word is a kind of like a harsh word. So and I have received a lot of feedback from you guys, and thank you so much for support. So I just want to let you guys know that this magic mushroom I created just before the pandemic, and then when shipment arrived, the whole world just shut down. So we didn't get really a chance to introduce this magic mushroom to the crafting market, which is okay, because Local King Rubber Stamp is a small company, but the only reason that I can still survive in this tough market is that I'm offering something unique, something that other people don't have, and that I have created a lot of video to back up my product to share with you guys how to use it. So we had a big shipment. So my question is, how many of you have this marker set? Okay, I'm going to share with you a secret. How many these markers that I sold since I started Local King Rubber Stamp. When I just started Local King Rubber Stamp in 2007, I probably some of you guys still know I am using the Marvy markers. And then the Marvy markers, first of all, they are very pricey, And then I think they have been discontinued. You can barely find the Marvy markers on the market anymore. They are very good markers. I like it. I still have a lot. But I say, okay, because it's very pricey. I remember it's like a $3 each markers. And then how many people can afford to have a 24 markers. So and then I come from Taiwan, so I went to Taiwan and I found out these we grew up with those kind of markers when I was in the childhood. So I actually asked them to make the color that I want. So I have a warm color, pink color, purple color, green tone, blue tone, earth tone, everything to put in one set. Do you guys have any idea how many those markers that I sold? So I think this marker probably in the market for probably 14 years. Okay, so every year I have to reorder this marker, and every time when I order 2,500 cases of those markers. So for the past 15 years, I probably sold 30,000 boxes of marker. So my question is here, and I need your help. If you own a box of this marker, could you please just leave a comment, say, hey Lisa, I have this marker, and let me know what do you think about this marker. So now after the 15 years, okay, I have never ever received one message say, hey Lisa, those markers sucks. Okay, everybody, you will see the comment, okay. You will see the comment that people say, oh, I have these markers over 5 years. They still work well. And those markers can be refilled. And then I will put the link below. If you guys have a set of these markers that they need a refill, you can just refill with water. Okay, so if you own a set of these markers, and then please leave me a comment and let me know how many years have you owned this set of marker. So my question is, when I started this local king symmetric mushroom, I ordered same thing, 2,500 boxes. And then when the market found out all those magic mushrooms, sooner or later they are going to be sold out soon. They are gone. And the ones when they're gone, I'm not going to order anymore because I'm semi-retired. And my dream is one day I don't have to care about the selling. I just do my video and enjoy the creating. That's what I love. And then because I wasn't explaining to semi-retired now. I was planning still work for 5 more years. And then but this COVID hit, pandemic hit. I'm no longer to traveling, but I still have a lot of inventory. And then I just planning once when I get those inventory out, and then that's it. I'm going to switch just to do the design part. I'm a great artist. I enjoy creating, but I really hate business part. Sometimes in my video, you barely hear I'm trying to sell you something. I really don't like that part. I really like to enjoy the creating part, and that's my dream. And I hope that day will come true. If you purchase this set of magic mushroom, thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. And don't worry about me. I know they are going to, and now, because this event, actually, we are getting known by a lot of people. I receive a lot of email, and I have a lot of influencer. They are contact with me and say, hey, we want to promote your product. We want to share your product to our craft world. And then you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about that I can't handle the selling. That's really stupid, right? Because most of the people, they just want to sell. And now I'm actually worried about that. I can't catch up the selling. And then I actually kind of hoping slow down a little bit. So, I don't know. Maybe that sounds stupid, but that's just me. And that I am not planning to change it because I really like what I am. And then that's why I have a lot of a royal follower, because my personality this is just me. Okay, so that's start today's video. And first of all, like I say, this stencil image is free for you to download. I will put the link below. And if you have a digital die machine, give it a try. If you don't have a digital die machine and think about to purchase one and want to learn how to do it, send me an email. I put you on the list and I will send you the link when I have the day set up. And if you don't want to get into the digital stuff because it can be very complicated, you want to purchase this image, let me know, because that's extra work for me. And then when you order, you cannot just order like a 10, you have to order like a bunch of them. It doesn't really have profit for this stencil, but just like I say, I create this channel for my viewers and my customers, and then they want to do the thing that I'm sharing with you guys. If you're thinking about to purchase a stencil, leave me a comment. If we have enough people, I probably contact with Judy King, and then they will make the stencil, and then that's where we can go. So it is really depend on your comment if you want to have like a ready-made stencil, or you prefer just download the file and then do yourself. So that's totally after you, and I'm going to share with all the options with you guys. And then leave me a comment, let me know. And remember, if you have a set of these markers, and then please leave me a comment, and let me know how long have you had this box of markers and it's still working perfectly. Only remember what actually I have, I don't have any returning for this marker because I have a confidence over my marker. If you're not happy, ship it back. I will give you a full refund. I only have one customer who was complaining about this marker, because these markers have been mentioning too many times. They are just the markers. They are great marker, but the things I'm showing you is really the stem that make difference. So she bought the markers, and then she used she want to do the things I'm showing her, but she used the clear stem. But the clear stem, they don't really take the ink well. So you can use this marker as a marker. But if you want to do the things which I'm working on another video coming soon to share with you guys what's different between the shadow stem and the detail stem, right? So only one person, she was complaining about. He said, "Oh, your demonstrator say this marker is working on all the stem." Yes, they work on the stem. They are just the marker. But if you want to do the things I'm share with you on the rubber stem, the shadow stem, they are a little bit different. But I offer her, I say, okay, if you're not happy with our markers, send it back. I give you a refund. But she doesn't want to refund. She was complaining that the demonstrator didn't do the right job. But I say I offer you a refund, but she doesn't want a refund. I say, so what do you want me to do? She say, I just want to let you know the demonstrator didn't do the job. He didn't explain well. Well, that demonstrator is my husband. I cannot fire him because he doesn't even get a paycheck. So that was the only case a customer was complaining about his marker. Those marker is the wonderful good quality marker, but they are not the magic marker. They are just a good quality marker, and then it does the marker's job, the coloring. And then, but if you want to use this marker on the stamps, do the like a shadow stamp that I'm showing on my previous video, it really depends on your stamp image. It's not the marker's fault. So that was the only one case that I had issue with it. And so that's the story. Okay, so do me a favor, if you do have this marker, I really want to see how long do you have these, have you have these markers? Do you use all the time? How much do you love this marker? That will be awesome. I'm looking forward to see your comment. Okay, enough talking. Let's get action. Okay, so I actually saw Nancy at one of the convention show. I think that was a blue night. She was doing a bear. So, and then somebody sent me a message. He said, "Hey Lisa, why don't you do some stencil? That's pretty cool, right?" And then so I am not going to say, okay, that's all my idea, but I do, get some kind of idea from Nancy's video, from the Blue Nice demo. So I say, okay, I am going to working on fish. So idea was to come from these bubbles, and then you guys probably know I'm a graphic designer. So I say, okay, I'm going to design a fish stencil. So in the beginning, I was thinking, I'm going to just have one fish. That's kind of too boring. So I used 2023, so one of the crow image. Okay. And then I created a stencil. Okay, just forget about Nemo. Actually, it's not. This is a Merlin. Nemo only have a one thing, so it's Nemo's father Merlin. So just ignore him. So I kind of add some bubble and add that curl in my stencil. So and then I just cut a piece glossy cardstock. And then the glossy cardstock, I know a lot of you guys are looking for the glossy cardstock. So this is a 5x7 cardstock, and I use glossy cardstock because I'm going to share with you some other technique in my coming video. Okay, sorry, in the coming. Okay, so what I do is I have a 10x7. Okay, so the stencil image is just this. It's just the black image, shadow image. You can see from the screen here. And then when you open your digital file, you open a rectangular 10x7. And then they have a cross mark to share with you guys. See, okay, where is the center of this? And then you just put this stencil image. It is a PNG file, this image. And then I kind of reshape a little bit. I make a drag a little bit wider. So the original the image is more square, but I kind of want to fit it out my whole page. So to create the window, so I kind of stretch out a little bit. So that's what the good this is Cricut machine. I'm not promoting a machine, but as a designer, I really think this machine can do a lot of things, but it can be very, very complicated sometimes. I do everything right and it's just not cutting. So that's why I say I mentioned in my video, I would love to share with you guys what happened when this happened, what you have to do. So, but I am not expert. I have been saying too many times, I am not expert, but I think the things I know is enough to helping you guys. So I use that stencil to create a window, but I use the stencil to create I use a stencil as a stencil. Duh. I use a stencil to create the least layout. Okay, so that's what it look like for my foundation. Like this. And the best part of this digital stuff is you can reverse. You can rotate, you can reverse, you can do a lot of the things with that. But it can be a complicated, so some of you guys probably say, hey, I'm just buying the stencil, forget about all these problems. Okay, and then we are going to working on the background. And then I don't want to show you the inside yet because I want to share with you guys how we are going to use the one magic mushroom and then 3 blue color to create those kind of under ocean lighting. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys step by step how to do that. So let's put this one away, and I have my card ready, and this is the inside of the card. It's 6.75 by 4.75. Yes, so that's the width and the high length. Okay, and then stencil. So I want to share with you guys, if you have a digital die-cut machine and then you want to create the stencils, there is a few different options. Okay, so I ordered this Mara, the material for the stencil. Maybe I didn't pronounce right. So this is the first I create. After I create, that's kind of too simple, a little bit boring. So I say, okay, I'm going to add some curl here. So if you have the stencil, just rotate the other way, go to the reflection. So I add this curl, and then I found out my bubble here is too thin. So there's a few. Okay, and then I redesigned the bubble, make the bubble a little bit thicker. Okay, so you can use this one. This one, I think I ordered 10 sheets for $17.99 Canadian dollars, 12 by 12. I think it is cheaper if you buy the ready-made one, right? But for the raw material, just for the plain stencil, I think it's okay. It's like $1, maybe $1 US for a sheet. 12 by 12 is not bad. Okay, so you can make a few. But there is the other option I'm going to share with you guys, and I think, okay, so here is acetate. Don't use acetate because it's so hard to cut. And then if you want to make a stencil, use the right material, but don't use the acetate because you won't be able to cut it. And then I just ordered some. I'm running out of stencil. No, sorry, I shouldn't say I ran out of stencil. I can't find my plain stencil, so I ordered some again, and they come out with they come out another stencil. They say is clear and it's 7 mil, and then I don't like it because the Mara. Okay, when you cut it, they are easy to cut, and also they are kind of crunchy. Is that the word? Crispy? It's easy to cut it. I don't think the plastic is easy to cut. So the new one I ordered, when they are the clear one, I found out they are kind of like a plastic, and then they are kind of stubborn. They don't cut because I did try to cut it and it doesn't cut. But I do have a replacement. It's so easy to cut. And then I don't know if you guys probably already know. It's a half sheet of a laminator sheet. Okay, I want to show you how easy to cut and how detailed to cut. And did I mention this image is free for you to download? I know a lot of people are going to hate me because why you give the people free stuff. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so I use a half sheet of the laminated sheet, and this is a 8.5 by 11, a little bit bigger. I use a whole sheet because when I use my stencil, I usually end up the stencil is too small, and the color usually go over my stencil image. That's me. So I use a whole sheet. You can see it's a whole sheet, right? Whole sheet. And then the design is very important too. So I want to show you how easy I peel off that design. It's thin, and you know the stencil, you cannot be too thick, because if it's too thick, when you apply the color, that thickness is going to disturb your image. And then see how easy I peel off my stencil. And then let's just have a sounding. Okay, if you have digital die cut machine, okay, if you want to use doesn't matter Mara or the laminated sheet, this is only half size, the shiny side up to shiny side up when you cut it. And it's very detailed, but like I said, the design is very important. When I design the stencil, I make sure to remove the unnecessary point. So when you cut it, the blade go like like that. If you don't remove, you just tracing with the auto tracing, and then when you do the auto tracing, they have a lot of dots, and then the machine will read those dots, and then when they cut, it go like a. But I simplify all the outline, so that make a cut very smooth. Okay, the only things you got to remember is when you want to cut the Mara or the laminated sheet, you have to have a one mat, almost like new, very sticky, because one time, see, this is what I learned. So sorry, this video is a little bit too much information about this one. If you're not into it, just fast forward it, go to the car part. But I think a lot of you guys probably will know. So I did the one Chinese symbol stencil and cut. It take a long time to cut it, and then in the last row they didn't cut. You know what happened? Actually, there's one piece, this losing part is stick on my blade, and it's too small. I didn't see it, and then the rest of them they can cut it. So this, I didn't actually even have a repeat cut. It's just a one cut. And this is something else about the setting of the pressure of the blade or this kind of stuff. Like I say, if you want to know, leave me send me an email, let me know, and I will set up the date. So this part you can use too. And then just a storage then in somewhere safe. And then just make sure you remove all those little stuff and then cover, put the plastic back, and then I just use the compatible one. Do you know there is I have one video is about how to cheat your brother's skin and cut by using the compatible brand. This video is actually a lot of people, a lot of you viewing because I guess everybody is looking for the option, right? Okay, so this is the other one. You can see much better. I put the bubble a little bit thicker, okay? And then this one is the first one I tried. The bubble is a little bit thinner. If you do a little bit bigger, that's okay. But if you do a little bit smaller A2 size card, these bubble they will lose the shape because it's too fine. They do have the limit. They cannot go so thin. And then see, like this fish is a little bit skinny. And then these fish are a little bit big because I want to create a window to show it on the thing. Okay, sorry about all the talking. Now we are going to move to the card making. Okay, so first, that's working on this card. This card, I just using the Cougar cover cardstock. It's a 100 pounds cardstock. They take the ink well. You can use the recollection 100-pound cardstock or 65 will do too. But last time while in the Orlando, I get a lot of these Cougar cover cardstock from Marcos, and I just find out they work very well. So we are going to do that. Do like my alien, I have a sausage, Kung Fu Panda, and a cat. Okay, so let's do that. We can, so this is mine. Okay, so let's just put this one away. So this is my stencil. Okay, let's see if I can folding it. Oh, I think I can folding it. That's okay. Let's do this. Folding it. Put your stencil the place you want. I think that's good enough. And I have this magnet. It's pretty strong. Okay. And then we are going to only use one color. I think by the time you're watching this video, I'm actually heading to the Calgary. But actually, I should be back. I'm recording before I go to Calgary. We are going to have a little trip. And then I pack most of my memento. So this is Catherine Puller's Impact. Before we start, we got to make our magic mushroom ready. So let's grab this one. I'm going to show you how to make your magic mushroom ready. First of all, I haven't used it for a while, so actually I used it 2 days. It's still a little bit bigger compared with the new one, and then I don't clean my magic mushroom after I use it. So now I want to use the lighter color, dipping all the sponge part in the water and then kind of squeeze a few times. And then you have a very, very nice cocktail. Okay, so just do this time and then until the water is kind of nice and clean. Okay, and then you can use the wet cloth. Ooh, too much water. Okay, let's find my dry cloth. Okay, so kind of absorb all the ink like this. Okay, it have to be moisture because if they are too dry, they don't blend. If they are too wet, they won't be able to pick up the color. Okay, and then I am going to just grab a piece of scrap paper just in case. Okay, so we're gonna just pick up a little bit ink and see that color. Nice and nice. Nice blue. Did you watch the video? Was it share with you guys how to create a new ink pack by using the re-inker? Okay, just love all the ink. Okay, so now we are not going to tap or pounce or whatever. We have to, I want to create the center part is a lighter color. So I am going to start from my outside of my stencil, drawing a little circle, gently drawing a little circle. Okay, I only want, and then you can either like you can just kind of brushing like a brushing ink, brush the ink like this. Okay, only around the outline I want to very light color. So drawing the circle like this, and then remember always holding your sponge part, because I have been mentioning every single time when I use it, if you don't support your head, I mean your sponge head, they are going to break. Okay, so I'm going to just, okay, like this. My curl is here. Okay, it's a very fine design, and then you can see like this, right? So if I do circle directly on the top, I am going to pick up this one. I'm going to ruin it. So here is what you're going to do. You are going to start from outside. Why my lighting is a little bit, I don't want to have those reflection of that. Okay. Okay. So from here, we are going to, from the bottom, kind of just one direction, kind of sweep. So that way you don't have to worry about if you circle here, you pick up that part. Okay. Re-ink your magic mushroom. Same thing. Here, if the design is not too complicated, you can draw in a circle. So I kind of just want to make these fish growing. Okay, and then again, you can draw in a circle. Okay, drawing a circle. Circle, circle, circle. I want to have as smooth as I want to have. If you do the pouncing, you're going to have that circle part. And the pouncing, you can only use the stencil. That is very detailed. They have all the connection. So that way, you just fill the gap, right? But I want my fish looks unique. Okay, again, start with the light, not enough. We go back to make a more, but you don't want to get it too dark. Okay, so just remember, especially like this section, just one direction, gentle. Put a little bit pressure down and then kind of lifting up. So try to do a softer blending. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay, a little bit circling. Okay, gentle. I want to the center part. So this is what, like if you use a pouncing, you won't be able to get the least result. You have to be circling, sweeping. And then sometimes you just borrow a little bit ink, which is setting on the laminator sheet, your stencil, kind of use those those ink to do the coloring. And then the laminator is awesome because they are very thin. So if you use a thicker stencil, sometimes the detail they won't pick it up. So that's just do a little bit more, because that way. Or what you can do is you can just remove two magnets to take a look. See, it doesn't really show up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add a little bit color again. Same thing from the bottom, one direction. Okay, one direction. Or if you want to tap a little bit around the corner, like a bouncing those yoga ball, you can do it too. But be careful, you might leave a one circle mark. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then now we're going to remove the magnet. That looks really pretty, right? But I still find that here is a little bit too plain, so I need a few bubbles here. So I'm going to just use a few of my bubble here, but be careful. So we don't want to accidentally color the rest of the part, the car. So here, just bubble, only the bubble part. And then when you tap, you can do lighter. Okay. Release a little bit pressure or don't ink your. So small area, you can do the tapping, bouncing, they work. But the bigger area, if you do the tapping or bouncing, you will leave that little circle mark, which we don't want. Okay, so that's what my basic color look like. And then let's move to the next. Okay, so after you finish, this is what I will do is I will use just a clean cloth, kind of clean the ink. And then because the Lisa stencil is like this, right? So when I clean it, I kind of just from inside and then nice and clean. So if you just use this laminated sheet for the stencil work for applying the color, I think they will work just fine. But if you want to do the paste or whatever, this is a little bit too thin. So for the light work, it's okay. If you want to do like a heavy work, but because it's so cheap, if you damage it, sorry, not cheap, so inexpensive, if you damage it, you can just create it more and more, right? If you want to, like a planing, do a lot, you probably using the better material to do that. So I am going to now, I'm going to do my jellyfish. And first of all, when I put my jellyfish on my acrylic block, I want to my jellyfish is swimming nicely. So I'm going to just make sure they are parallel with my acrylic block. And when I stamped it, I am going to base it on my acrylic block, not my jellyfish. For stamping, I like to use a little bit like a better coverage impact. So like this VersaFine, won't breathe, beautiful color. And then one to these, or you can use your markers. So I'm going to do a little bit blue, and I'll do a little bit black on the bottom. And if you're worried about the color line, you can just use your magic mushroom, kind of blend, like a dapping a little bit, make sure those lines disappear. And then we're going to just stamping. And remember, I don't want my jellyfish swimming like a drunk. So parallel with the car, give a nice firm press, or you can use a stamp positioner if you use a regular ink. This VersaFine is good enough. I think that's really pretty. And then for the background, I am going to use a word. Same thing. Okay, I'm going to use this color and make sure it's not upside down. That's why I put a mark here. I'm going to just a little bit, so kind of just rub a little bit in the middle. Okay, and then I'm using my magic mushroom, kind of tapping. Oh, actually, I didn't clean that. Actually, that's, I think that's good enough. That's okay. Just do that. Okay, and then you are going to just thinking probably here, right? And I'm going to put it on top. Okay, don't put the whole weight on top. See my finger? I'm going to just have a little circling around here. I only want a bit. There you go. So very light color. And the clean here. Okay, so the negative of this one, I think we can use it for something maybe we can use it for something too. Okay, so let's take this one away, and I think that's so pretty already, right? And then I have my sentiment here ready. Let's see, we are going to do a sentiment here. Laugh every day. Yes, and then there is a few this sentiment die cut ready for you to download. Is free, and I think you guys like that because I see a lot of downloading already. And then they come with, this is the offset. When you do the offset, use 0.05, and then I cut the white so that way anytime we want any color, we can just easily use a marker to color that second layering, so that can easily produce a nice sentiment like that. How come my light looks kind of weird like this? This lighting. And then go to mount on top, and then I have at least a new view. Just do some bubbling. Okay, so this is the first card. I think I'm going to create another video for this card because I think I talked too much in the beginning. One color I think is really pretty, and then the jellyfish is the set called Under the Sea. We have our Oliver here, and we have Merlin Dory. What's this name in the Finding Nemo? Oh, we have to find the name for this guy too. And we have to find the name for our jellyfish too. Okay, so that's the set. And this jellyfish is the shadow stem. Those are all the shadow stem except Oliver. I will create a video soon to explain to you what's different between the shadow stem and the detail stem. Voila! I think that looks so nice. And then if you have a digital die-cut machine, any machine which can read the PNG file, there is some free sentiment for you guys to download. And also this fishy stencil is free too. So let me take this one. So this one you can see I thickened the bubble. This one, the prototype, but the first one, the bubble line was a little bit too thin. For 5x7 card, it's okay, but if you make a little bit smaller card, like a 8.2 size, that bubble when you die cut it, it's too thin. It might be breaking the halfway. So hope you like this video, and remember I asked a favor. If you guys have a box of Local King's magic markers, can you leave me a comment? Let me know, and then let me know how many years you already have this marker. Do you like them? If you can do that for me, that would be awesome, because we sold 30,000 boxes of marker in the past of 12 years. And I'm just wonder how many of you are watching my YouTube channel. So that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. And this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. See you next time. Bye, guys.